It goes without saying that living paycheck to paycheck is an unpleasant way to live. However, in the US, a majority of households, in fact up to 80%, live paycheck to paycheck. This is taking into account families making as little as $20K a year to those making $200,000 a year. I suggest you get a pen and paper, take some notes, because by the end of this video, you will have a tangible step-by-step plan to get you out of the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle and leave you with enough money to save, invest, and get yourself out of this trap. Since we're on the topic of making and saving money, go ahead and click the link down below, get your 2 free stocks valued all the way up to $2,000 for a limited time when you sign up for Webull and deposit just $5. So click the link down below, sign up, and let me know what free stocks you get. Step number 1 is having the right mindset. Now, like I said, this is a 6-step plan, and I promise if you implement all these steps, you'll be better off, but you have to start with having the right mindset about all of this. You must understand that whatever financial situation you are in right now, good or bad, is your responsibility and yours alone. Yeah, you may have gotten screwed over, you may have gotten dealt a bad hand, but at the end of the day, you're the only one that has the power to change your situation. And it all starts with the right mindset and making sure that you are in with this plan 100%. It'll probably feel uncomfortable at first, and that's totally okay, but just like with starting a diet, for example, you can't eat healthy for only 3 days of the week, and then 4 days of the week just throw out the diet altogether and expect to see the results that you want. Once you understand that you're at the core of your situation and you're willing to do whatever it takes and make it a priority to stop living paycheck to paycheck, then and only then can you move on to step 2, which is understanding your current financial situation. Just like when you start going to the gym, you might take pictures of yourself before you actually start working out. This way, at the end of your routine, you can see your progress. It's the same way financially. We need to establish where you are right now so that it's easier to track your progress. What you need to do is establish your current net worth. Now, this is super easy to do, and simply put, it's your assets minus your liabilities equals your net worth. So take your bank accounts, your checkings, your savings, all of your cash, all of your investment accounts, minus your liabilities, your loans, your credit cards, any debt or anything that you owe anybody. Write down your assets, write down your liabilities, do the simple math, and then come up with your net worth number. Keep this number close to you and then move on to the next step, which is tracking your expenses. In order for you to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you need to know where every single dollar is going. Chances are, if you're broke by the time that your next paycheck comes around, you're either spending more money than you're bringing in every month, or you're breaking even. You need to track your expenses for 30 days or 2 pay periods, whichever comes first. This way you can see where all of your money is going and where you can afford to cut back. Now, this can be scary for some people because it'll highlight exactly what's wrong with your financial situation, exactly how bad your situation is. But there's no way around it, and I cannot stress this enough, that tracking your expenses is going to be the most important step in this entire process. Before we get into how to track your expenses, you need to do 2 things. First, write down how much you think you bring in every single month from all of your income sources, whether it's a job, side hustle, whatever it is, how much you think you make every single month. Then write down how much you think you spend every month and be completely honest with yourself. Now, keep these numbers very close to you for the next 30 days because I believe that at the end of 30 days of tracking your expenses, you'll be really shocked at the final numbers. To track your expenses, go ahead and download the app called Personal Capital. Link all of your accounts to it. This is your checking, savings, investment accounts, your credit cards, your loans, and anytime you spend anything at all, it will log it into Personal Capital, it'll calculate your net worth, and it'll log that expense by category: food, transportation, entertainment. So every time you log in, you'll see how much you've spent, you'll see your current net worth, and this will make tracking your expenses a breeze. The link is down below to sign up for Personal Capital right now. Now, don't stop tracking your expenses after 30 days. In fact, you should continue doing this for the rest of your life, really. Track your expenses every month to see how you can improve constantly. Step number 4 is finally cutting back on your expenses. So after tracking your numbers for 30 days, go back to those 2 numbers I had you write down of how much you think you bring in every month and how much you spend every month. Then go into Personal Capital and see exactly how much you brought in that month, exactly how much you spent. I think you'll be pretty shocked. Take a look at each category in personal finance for what you spent, like food, housing, transportation, entertainment, etc., and be completely honest with yourself on how you can cut back. Even if it's $5, $10, $15 on each expense, that'll add up and it'll be really, really good at the end. The biggest expenses for most households are housing, transportation, and food. So how much are you spending on rent? If you're making $3,000 a month and spending $2,000 a month on rent, that needs to change. Either consider getting a roommate to offset the cost, or maybe you need to move into a different space. How much are you spending each month on your car, your gas, your car insurance? Call your insurance company, see if there's any discounts you can qualify for that haven't already been added. Shop around for insurance quotes and see how much you can save. In fact, I actually just reduced my car insurance from $113 a month to $67 a month just by shopping around. If you're eating out and spending $500 a month on food, you need to start cooking at home. So go through each category on personal finance just like this and audit it for food, transportation, housing, entertainment, and figure out where you can cut back and do whatever it takes to save some money. Say you were making $3,000 a month, and after tracking your expenses for 30 days, you realize you're spending $3,000 a month. So you go back, see where you can cut back, and you realize you can save $500 a month. So you take your spending of last month, $3,000, minus how much you can possibly save, $500, and your new spending goal for next month is $2,500. Continue tracking your expenses each month and figuring out where you can cut back, so each month you're spending less and less and saving more and more. Now it's time for step 5, which is learning how to manage your money, how to save and invest it so that your money actually starts working for you. At this point, you've determined your current financial situation, you've tracked your expenses for 30 days, you figured out where you can cut back and how much, and you made a goal for yourself to only spend a certain amount each month moving forward. Here's where you take that leftover money that you have every single month and actually start putting it to work for you. Now, I just made a video titled My Plan to Start at 20 and Retire by 30, and in that video, I break down how to manage your money step by step, but in simple terms, here's what you need to do. The first step is to set up an emergency fund for yourself that's at least 1 month of your current expenses. Now, eventually you want to aim to get this up to 3 to 6 months, but just start off with 1 month. You can hold your money in a high yield savings account so it's at least earning some interest for you. I really like using YOTTA Bank, and I'll have a video on YOTTA coming out this Friday, so subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're notified when that video comes out. The link is down below to sign up for YOTTA and get 100 free tickets when you do. The second thing to do is start contributing to your 401k at the max amount so you're starting to get free money towards retirement. After that, take whatever money you have left over every single month and start paying off any high interest debt. After all of your high interest debt is paid off, take whatever money you have left over every month, open up a Roth IRA and start contributing to it and start investing in that account. At this point, you've cut back your expenses enough that you're able to set up an emergency fund that has at least a couple grand in it. You've also started contributing to your 401k to get some free money towards retirement. You've paid off all your high interest debt, and you started contributing to your Roth IRA. There's one last step, which is learning how to increase your income. There comes a time where you've tracked your expenses to the max, you've cut back as much as you possibly can, and you can't cut back your expenses anymore, otherwise you wouldn't be able to pay your bills. At this point, you need to invest in yourself and learn how to increase your income. With a higher income, you can continue to spend the same amount of money every single month, but now you've got more left over to save and invest and increase your net worth. You could learn a trade, you could go back to school, you could get a higher paying job, you could start a business or a side hustle. At this point, your only concerns should be maintaining the amount of money that you're spending every month, keep it as low as possible, and increase your income so you can save more and increase your net worth. So those are the 6 steps to get you out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle and get you on the right path to financial freedom. Now, if you're brave enough to implement all of these steps, let me know how it goes in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel because here we're very transparent. I don't try and sell you anything, and you can watch me grow as a personal finance enthusiast, a real estate agent, and a YouTuber. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.